Well, good morning. I need to turn some light on, don't I? Can you see me now? Good morning, everybody. Good morning. That's my southern accent I'm practicing because of Mandy Kicked. Mandy Kicked, one of my favorite coaching clients. I don't care what kind of mood I'm in, that girl gets me up and laughing with her alpaca raisin butt. Yeah, she has an alpaca farm, right? So, good morning to all you beautiful people, like it says on the screen. How the heck are you? Welcome to today's installment of Bathrobe Moments. I'm your host, Loren Michaels Harris, and I am so excited to be here with you today as we live stream across the following platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Roku, row your boat. I always have to remember how to say it. Roku, Android, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV, just to name a few. And of course, I cannot forget our home base out in Phoenix, Arizona, E360 Live. Okay, ooh, bell sounded kind of flat. There we go. So how are you guys doing today? Happy Hump Day. We've done it. We've done it again. Found it to the middle of the week. I want to say good morning. Who's here? Let me pull up the. We have an exciting show today. You know, our resident light worker, the Oracle, is here. She comes every month to fill us in on what those angels are doing. And yesterday, I remember I didn't know, and so I know it's going to be a hit because we were talking about it, and up popped the angel number. And to think just a few years ago, I was oblivious to it. But once it's just like this, folks. Once you know something to be true, you can't unhear it, you can't unfeel it, you can't unsee it, and you wouldn't want to anyway. It's just like, have you ever, okay, when you say you were driving a white car, and now you got a new car and it's red. All of it, and before you never noticed red cars, right? Now you have a red car, all you see are red cars. It's that kind of a phenomenon. Right. So the Oracle today, we're going to talk about all kinds of things. She's the one who put me up on a lot of this. Well, just about all of it. I can't say all of it because, you know, I went to a hypnotherapist in 1988, that magazine. And she was the one who told me back then. She said, Loren, see yourself in People magazine. There it is. She said, wait a minute. I have to show you. And I never talked about this. And she said she would put me under when she would, you know, count me down and I would go up a staircase because this is all about uh, the two worlds. I believe I say sometimes the other side of the veil, whatever it is. If you have deja vu, you feel like, oh, someone who's passed on, you keep thinking about them. You think all these things I know are connected. And it helped me understand when I would hear messages from what is greater than I. Whatever you believe that to be, it is my God, he, she, they. And anyway, she said, Anne, her name was Anne. She said, on the right, Loren, as you ascend the stairway, I want you to see yourself in People magazine. Wave. Oh no, see, pick it up. Look at it. Look at yourself in the magazine. And then and there it is. It happened. Like 9 months later, it happened. And then she also said, and on the left, because I was in the music business then, singing jingles and doing voiceover work, spoken word, and narrations. She said, see yourself, see your Grammy, pick it up, feel the weight of it. That's what she told me. Oh, so the stuff is real. Everything she told me happened. Okay. So I say that because if you have questions and stuff today for the Oracle, ask them. I know for a fact that Dominique is the real deal. How do I know that? Because I had a thing I'd run back and forth. You guys probably heard this the last time she was here. I ran back and forth to the doctor because when they were getting me ready for my knee replacement surgery, you know, you go through all these things. They go, oh, we see something in the left groin area, blah, blah, blah. And they couldn't figure out what it was. They kept shooting me with dye and stuff. And one day, Dominique calls me and she says, the angels told me to call right now. They're going to go in and they're going to do something, remove this thing, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I did feel some heat in the area. And I kid you not, I promise on both of my deceased mothers, and I never do that, well, hardly ever. Excuse me, I promise you this happened. She did that. And I went, I think it was either that day I was home. I think I was, still have to remind me, either I was on my way there for another MRI or it was like coming up any day now. Anyway, long story short, when after that day, when I pulled over and she said they were doing that, she says they told me they're actually moving it right now. I have not had to go back since. It was gone. Nothing. I know no symptoms because my leg used to go numb on that side on the left. And so I'm just telling you my experience. And if we start sharing our own, all of us, I guarantee you there's going to be more things that we go, for real? That happened to you? So, and in these days and times of uncertainty, I want to reach for anything that uplifts my spirit and makes me believe just a little bit more, right? Believe, and believe some more. That's my new motto for the day. So anyway, the Oracle is around. I see, I don't know. I don't know if she's going to just like, um, what is that? When you're an apparition or just transcend into the room. If she's going to come in on a magic carpet, I don't know. Oh, wait. Oh, my goodness. Is that her bevy of, who are all those people she's bringing? Or are those spirits? Oh, wait a minute. I thought I had already added you to the stream. Sorry. How are
you? I am doing fabulous. How are you? Good morning, everybody.
Girl, your voice is, your mouth is moving and then your voice is coming later. Is that some kind of parlor trick?
That's the apparitions you were talking about. I know how to throw my voice through.
Okay, quit playing now. For real. Okay, but I'm not afraid. Well, listen, we know that where she lives, it's like one of those areas. Have you ever been to Sedona, Arizona? You guys, Red Rock Country, where all these palm readers and stuff. Have you ever been there, Oracle?
I have not had the privilege to go to Sedona yet.
Okay, it's awesome. There are people that converge there from all over the world. That's for the water, for the clay and things, because it has healing properties. And apparently it's some type of a vortex. If any of you out there know the story, type in some stuff to help fill in the blanks here. But anyway, I remember the first time we went out there. It was a friend of mine, Jeremiah. We went camping in a little town right there called Christopher Creek. I'll never forget this. And we rented a little A-framed house, and behind it was Christopher Creek. And there were these big rocks out there. And we would go out there like in the middle of the night, like midnight, and said we'd been drinking. But I remember this, and I've never forgotten. We were out there, and there was something so special about that place. I looked at my friend, and I said, hey, you know what? If I were ever to like suddenly die or something, I'm telling you, or whenever I die, I believe that I'm going to come back and visit this. If you want to see me or you want to convene with me, come here. Because there's something about this place. I know that I'll be back. And I had no idea about what any of this stuff was back then, but I knew it without a shadow of a doubt. I don't know what you call that, but I'm telling you it's real. Now, I'm glad you're here, Oracle, because, a lot has changed in our world since you were here last month, talking about COVID and all the different things. Now we have all of the stuff associated with the George Floyd incident and all of the civil unrest and distress and all this, just a lot of negativity and pain and hate and just all kinds of things. So I was hoping today you could reach into the other world and bring something out to help us understand what we can do to make this world a better place right now, right away. So take it over. Tell everybody who you are, where you're at, and why, and how did you come to this world of light?
Well, my name is Dominique Rivera. That is my mother-given name. My God-given name is Oracle. And so I am a Reverend Reiki Master Teacher, Integrated Energy Therapy Master Instructor, and Spiritual Coach, and founder of Healing Ourselves While Learning. But during the COVID, I actually closed doors. And this was not because of anything very specific in the sense that, oh no, COVID is here, so we have to close doors. But I was given a heads up because when we're in that silence, we actually get to be part of the plan. We get at least a little crumbs, right? We get little crumb drops. It's like, okay, this is coming, so you need to prepare. So in that preparedness, I already recognized March was the time closing doors. And so as universe would have it, we closed doors, and now I'm here with all this additional free time awaiting the next steps in eagerness and in faith, because I know something even better is coming. Because when you close one door, it doesn't stay shut.
That's right.
It does
And
not.
let me get, where did I put the bell way back there? I'm going to be ringing the crap out of it this morning. I want to say good morning to everyone that's here. Oh, hi, Joseph Sussex. That's my little, oh, happy birthday to you. One of the pair of twins that was on the show just a few weeks ago that I met just a year ago in Ohio at a foster care conference. How you doing, my friend? Hello to Wendy Meyer. Mara Jean, I love you. Christina Cash, one of my gal pals here from the area outside of Chicago, Naperville, Aurora. Shelley Dell, Sharon Kahn. Sharon Kahn, how are you? So the aliens returned you as well, huh? Great day to show up. We're talking to the Oracle. She can tell us where you were. I'm kidding. I miss your face, Sharon Kahn. Love you, love you, love you. She's the peanut butter queen. She raises I mean, hundreds of thousands of jars of peanut butter for the food banks around Northwest Indiana. She's a true blessing to the world. Good to see you, Sharon Time. So, Oracle.
Yes.
So you've experienced some change and some.
Yes.
How did you feel? Let's talk about that. When you shut the doors to, and you and I were in communication in real time when you were coming to this decision. And it was interesting because you kind of turned the tables on me and said, Loren, I know you're an empath. What are you feeling about this decision that I need to make, this choice? And so is that something you find yourself? I didn't know that oracles and light workers and people did that they turn to others. Now, you and I had never talked about me being that way, not too much. Surface talk, but not too much. How did you know it was me that you needed to turn to?
So I want to say anybody who is an empath or a light worker, you are not destined or designed to do this work by yourself, period, point blank. As they say, God doesn't give to one, he gives to many, right? So this is why you should have this supportive network, because you're not, although the information is coming through to you, you still have humanity. You still have this 3-dimensional field that you live in. Although you can access that 4-dimensional or 5-dimensional information, you're still human. And in that sense, it's okay to express that to someone you feel safe with and someone who you respect and respects you and understands the same things that you do, and exchange that energy with them. And it's just validation, because it's not new information. It's just it's like spirit saying, let me come so closely to you that you can see it from all facets. And I may not have seen it from this one facet that you may have had, and I didn't. And you brought that to the table, and I was like, oh, this is the facet that I haven't seen. So although we're complex like a diamond and we have all these many facets of light that emit from us, and the information does come through, we're still human.
Amen to that.
We have to rely on one another. We cannot do what is the greatest purpose of our life. We cannot do alone. And if you believe that you can do it alone, is not something that you're going to be able to achieve, because there are going to be some times that you have to surrender to that which is greater than you and say, universe, I cannot do this by myself. So I surrender this task to you, because you are all powerful.
Right now, you guys, I know it sounds weird. I was going to say crazy, but even weird is a word that deceives. You see, I'm doing it. When I do this, it means
air quotes.
That air quotes, that I'm just like, it's a word that deceives, but I'm using it. It's not using me. Okay. So not weird. Interestingly enough, I know that right now, every person that is here should invite 5 people, because somebody, if you're looking for a blessing, unlike any that you've had in a while, and you need it and you know what it is. It doesn't mean that, you're about to lose your car. It doesn't mean it's some dire thing. If you are ready for a blessing like you have not seen in a minute, and invite 5 people right now, because I'll tell you what, not so I have big numbers today. Come on now, for real, it's Facebook. But because somebody needs to hear what's going to happen here today. It could change their lives. It will change their life if they allow it to. And you can be responsible for that. You may not even know what you've just done by inviting these 5 people, and that one is in that group, until one day when what is greater than you stands you on a hill somewhere and points down and says, do you see all these orchards? Do you see all these fields? Do you see all of this fruit?
Yes.
You planted every one of those seeds. I'm telling you, now's your chance to plant a seed in a big, big way. Invite 5 people. Somebody is supposed to be here who is not. And you guys are responsible for getting them here. So take that challenge, if you will, and do something with it. So, Oracle, go ahead.
Before you keep going, Loren, one of the people that are supposed to be here is here. One of the people that are supposed to be here is already here. And this person, I believe you might be dealing with either the recent loss of your cat, or your cat is very sick.
Ooh.
I'm feeling this is pet related.
Pet
And I feel there's a
related.
lot of sadness around this.
You see that
So if
develop
you're
purpose
here in this
within
group
itself.
right now and you're
I,
dealing with a pet crisis of some kind, holler.
I know you're right because I reached out to pick up my banana and the knuckle on my thumb rang the bell for me. So I'm like, ooh, you see a bell you're gonna ring on your own, huh? So
That's how we're doing
yeah.
it today.
So if you're out there and you know who you are, well, you know who you are. Hi Dave, how are you? Time for another game night, my friend. Ask your wife when she's ready. Maybe this weekend. That'd be great.
And this message could be for the individual in the room, or this message could be for the individual that's in the room for their friend or for their family member. You know, it doesn't have to necessarily be them. They can be the voice. They can be the messenger, the harbinger of this information to
okay. Now, Oracle, before we get, down inside of everything, I want to touch on something that I'd like you to, we don't have to go far with it, but just address it, if you will, because it's been on my mind. Last time we were here, and, this is a judgment-free zone here on Bathrobe Moments. We respect everyone's opinion, everyone's belief system. Now, there was a person here last time who said, oh, I can't receive this. And I know she's a staunch Christian, staunch fundamentalist. I mean, to the point where, constantly. I mean, she's been in my house, so I mean, she wouldn't even come down and like play board games and stuff with us. She was watching a revival up in the bedroom. So that's just how she is. But let's talk for a second. Why is it? Because when I see that stuff, traditional Christian, I was raised in a Christian home, but things in the Bible that are like when Jesus raised people from the dead and healings and things like that, right there. The woman who was bleeding, removing things right before people's eyes, turning water into wine. That no, they don't look at that as black magic. And I believe Jesus did those things because of this open world, these two worlds that we have access to. Because isn't he the example in Christianity of everything that we should do or can be or strive to be? So how different are those things that Jesus did or that we see in the Bible? It doesn't even have to be him because other people did stuff. Jesus walked on water, for goodness sake.
Right.
How different is that from the things we see today as far as modern day miracles? Because I don't believe in mistakes. I believe everything that happens is a miracle or a blessing that is in the making.
Yes, and I agree with you. When I grew up Catholic, super Catholic. I'm a recovering Catholic.
That's a good one.
So when I was growing up, I believed I was this being of sin, walking sin. Everything that bad that happened to me, I grew up, it was my fault. I really genuinely believe that. And it really took a toll on a child's psyche to believe how evil you are, and your quote unquote sense of normality there. Now, when we look at Jesus in the Bible, Jesus had a purpose, right? And
of course.
Yes. And so he accepted his purpose. Now, all of us actually have a purpose. And when we accept fully in that purpose and we sit in that faith and manifest this purpose, miracles occur. I have seen and experienced with my own eyes, and I say it all the time. Every day is a miracle because we think that just walking on water is a miracle. No, what you need to recognize is all the things that haven't touched you.
Woo.
Okay, that illness may have come in, but
it
you
didn't
die?
get you.
Right.
How many intersections you made it through where something was coming right? Yes. Picked you up and moved you.
Yes.
I know that to be true. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And so we need to recognize and be in a state of gratitude when we experience this, because these are blessings. Miracles are blessings. And if you really want to see a miracle, you need to accept that you're being blessed every day. You may not have what you want in the cupboard, but you got food in there. Not know how you're going to pay this month's money bills, but your light was on all month. These are blessings.
Yes,
they're blessings. And they're not here to universe is not here to just throw a whole bunch of stuff on you and not give you the answer. Universe is here to say, hey, I've given you these preparations. You can't have testimony without test. Okay, I have prepared you. That way you can be strong enough so that when it's time for the shaking, that shaking that's going to shift you, this pandemic, this uncivil unrest, this is not a time for, man, I'm going to boo-hoo myself. I'm going to self-pity. Look at all the things I'm losing. Look at the clients I'm not coming in. I'm closing my doors. I'm not sure what's happening. This is the moment, the wobble. You are on an axis and you're coming full circle and the doors are opening to bring you something even bigger and larger. But you have to understand
and claim
the things that you had in your life to this point, it may have served their purpose, but their purpose has been served.
Well, on that, okay, then, like, oh, look, you better do it. You better preach. That is absolutely right. You guys, I'm telling you, I hope you guys invited the 5 people. Don't miss your blessing today. Don't miss your blessing. That's a lot. So, okay. So let's get
it's stepping into our authenticity, recognizing that we have a purpose and taking action towards that purpose in faith and manifest. You know, people say, well, seeing is believing. No, babe, no. Believing is seeing. Because once you believe it, you're putting that out into the world. And guess what? Universe, like attracts like. We're talking about physics here, right? We're not talking about woo-woo. Like attracts like. And once you put that belief that it will happen for you, it will come to you. Like she said about your People's Magazine, you had to see it to believe it, and then it manifested itself.
Yeah, I mean, because you know, I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. And I said, well, first of all, I didn't believe I had really been hypnotized that first day. I didn't. I was laying there going, okay, I'm relaxed, but if I wanted to, I could jump up and scare the shit out of her. I was thinking that, and I'm listening to her say all these things, and I'm answering out loud like she's asking me to. And it wasn't until afterwards when she was like, so, you know, tell me what your staircase looked like. Because I started over twice. First I had carpeting, then I turned it to mahogany wood, blah, blah, blah. And so I remembered all that. I remembered when she said, look to the left, look to the right, pick up the Grammy, wave at the fans, blah, blah, blah. But then she had said, there's a mirror at the top of the stairs. Look at yourself. What are you wearing? What's your hair like? Blah, blah, blah. And then she asked me afterwards, well, what did you see when you looked in the mirror? And I was like, what mirror? She said, the mirror. I told you to look in the mirror at the top of the stairs. I said, no, you didn't. And then she pulled a tape recorder from behind the potted plant that I didn't know was there and rewound it. And I heard myself describing, I have on my blue shorts, I have on a white tank top, and I was like, that was the most surreal. It was almost frightening, the moment, because I was like, how could I not remember that out of everything? I remember when she was saying that stuff going, Lord have mercy, this is so fake. I am so not coming back here, right? And it changed me. And it was like 2 weeks later that she had planted a trigger word in me. She said I had not grieved my mother's death and all the things that happened in the foster system. I was carrying them around, dragging them, and I didn't need to any longer. It was time to let them go. And so when she had just said that and said, well, I'll see you next week. And when I walked in, she said, would you like a chocolate chip cookie? And that was the trigger thing. I woke up 5 hours later with my head in her lap on the floor with a blanket over me. My eyes were swollen shut from crying, and my throat burned, my chest ached. And she was just sitting there stroking my shoulder and saying, wow, you've left it behind you now. Now it's time to move forward. And it was just weeks later that I woke up from having that dream. She said, keep a pen and paper by your bedside now, because now that you've moved all of that out of the way, now purpose can make its way through you. Everything that's been meant, Loren, to come to you on its way through you. And you can't hold on to it, not even the good, like you held on to what you thought was the bad. It was just incredible. And I'm telling you, and I'm telling you again, I would not be here today if it wasn't for that experience. And that's
powerful. And it's to recognize that we have clutter in our mind. We're an autonomous creature. So many thoughts that go through our mind every day. And just like being a hoarder in a house, where you walk into a hoarding house, you have to make this little path to walk down. Walk down. You can have the most beautiful house, but if you're hoarding in your house, you will never appreciate the value of what the capacity is of your home, how beautiful it could be. And just like that, we have clutter. We have hoarded in our mind the past, our hurts, our injustices, our victimization, the judgments we place on ourselves. And that all sits there. And it's not until we clean house that we can finally see, oh, damn.
Right.
That wall's so huge.
Right. I can do something with it.
You release it, and now you can open your window in. And more importantly, you can now look through that window